Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Aisha and I am the founder of a non-profit organization called The Strangers Poets Inc. and we are based in New York. Our mission is helping Muslim creatives find and amplify their voice. And the reason why I'm making this video is because we have a course as part of our welcoming department, which we will be launching very soon, inshallah. But before that, I want to throw a name at you, okay? So the name is Roger Holder. Before I tell you who this man was, I want to create a little bit of context. So around the time of the civil rights movement, around the time of the Vietnam War between Vietnam and America, there was a golden age of plane hijacking. Yes, you heard it right. This was before 9/11. This was before Muslims were all associated with this thing. And during this golden age, there was one man called Roger Holder who made the map. Okay, so I want to talk about what led him to doing that and why it is so related to the course we're going to be teaching. So when Roger Holder came from Vietnam, he was an ex-war veteran and he was trying to find meaning in his life. He was looking around for signs everywhere. Around that time on the news was the case of, well, the trial of Angela Davis, who was accused of murder, a murder that she did not commit. And at the same time, another thing on the news was the plane hijackings, which were just going crazy. This was before passports. This is before the metal detectors, which actually started happening because of this era. And another thing which was happening was the war in Vietnam. So he's trying to make all of these connections. And then one day he came to a realization. He found out what he was meant to do. And this is basically what led him to hijack a plane. So he hijacked a plane. He was going to ask for a lot of money and he was going to demand the release of Angela Davis. Him and Angela Davis were going to go to Vietnam and ask for asylum and offer a treaty of peace, so to speak, by giving some of that money. And he was going to live in Vietnam for the rest of his days with a lot of that money. Okay, so that was his plan. And he was partially successful in that he did hijack a plane and he did get out of the country. But the point is, the reason why I'm even mentioning this story is because of the question of what led him to that in the first place. Okay, and this is very related to the course we're going to be teaching. So as I heard about this whole story, I began to think, like, why did he do that? What signs was he seeing? Where did his intuition lead him? What is intuition? And I went into this whole deep dive of research from Islamic sources and just finding out what intuition is and what we as Muslims, inshallah, using authentic resources, what we as Muslims believe as intuition, how we can use it, etc. And alhamdulillah, here is the course. Now, one thing that I want us to take away from this video is that Roger Holder was right about one thing, that intuition is a form of guidance. However, the problem which comes to most of us is that when do we know when to follow our intuition? When do we know what our intuition is? How do we recognize it? And how do we see the signs in a way that leads us to our best selves rather than something completely opposite of what we would have ever imagined, right? And this course, inshallah, is going to be focused on just that. Now, this is a 4-weekend retreat. Yes, you heard it right. It's a 4-weekend retreat on Saturdays and Sundays. Saturdays, I'm going to be teaching the content. Kashmir is going to be teaching and hosting workshops on Sundays. And the course is going to be taught in 3 main cycles. I think the word cycles is the correct way. But 3 main topics are going to be covered. The first one is the soul. How to create a firm foundation in order to receive the information and guidance from Allah in the most best way, authentic way. The second one is the eyes, how we can see the guidance, what kind of guidance there is and what can blind us from seeing it. And the final part of the course is going to be the vision, where we use our intuition to make a masterpiece. And it's going to be a really practical part, this one. So it's going to be launched very soon, inshallah. And the reason why this course is just so important is because as a Muslim, this is something that I found to be very difficult, that there are so many different opinions on intuition when it comes to you know, using it and it even existing. So on one extreme, there's people who completely say that, you know, stay away from it completely, it has no place in Islam. And then there's another side of people who basically that's all that they use, right? Even if it overcomes or oversteps revelation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I just found it very important for myself, and this is why I'm teaching it to you as well, inshallah, to really understand intuition from an authentic Muslim perspective. And we use authentic sources. One of our sources is Sheikh Hatim Al-Hajj, may Allah bless him, Ameen, for giving us his resources, Ameen. And we also use many other resources which are in the email, which you would have received with this video. If you haven't joined our email list, please do sign up on the Woke Woman Coaching website, wokewomancoaching.com, because that's where we're going to send the sign up link for the course, inshallah. We really hope you can be a part of it. Thank you so much for listening. If you found this video beneficial, please do share it. And assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I will see you in the next video where we're going to be talking about the types of guidance.